candidate Obama talked about getting rid of some of the constitutional flaws, renditions and detention without representation and things like that. But the minute he came in, his CIA chief said, well, you know, we'll have to consider we might need renditions down the road. And we probably do need military tribunals. We won't try everybody in them, but we got to keep them around. It's going to be hard to close Guantanamo in a year. We can't really release pictures of torture. In fact, Secretary of State Clinton told the British they couldn't release torture pictures in a procedure in their courts. The president said, let's not investigate torture in the past. We shouldn't look at the past. We should look forward. What happens to a president? He comes in and he finds out things he didn't know. What this huge apparatus is that he controls, and how his hands are tied in many ways. They come to him, the CIA, the NSC, the NSA, and others, and say, wait a minute, it took us a long time to build this up. You're probably going to need it at some point. Don't destroy it, and don't destroy the morale of the people who have to stay loyal to you. Because if you do that, they'll start telling secrets. They'll start talking about the operations they've been involved in, which cut the corners of the law. And it's not only that this vast government apparatus is there. When we do things like invade Cuba, topple Iran, we normally use agents that are not part of the CIA or the military or anything of that sort. And they're soldiers of fortune often. They're kind of loose cannons, and they're around after we use them. You notice the Watergate break-in was done by Cubans who had been involved in the Bay of Pigs invasion. Once these people are formed, they're going to be a nuisance. We now have more contractors in Iraq and Afghanistan than military people. This was all part of the do the war on the cheap attitude. We'll only have a certain amount of people on the books, actual military people, but then we'll have all of these contracting companies. And they were originally outside the law. Blackwater could not be prosecuted under international law or American law or any law because they were the agents of the coalition government, that semi-fictional entity. So it's very difficult for a president to get out of what we have let him get into.